death card for those of you who will end up watching this video after I post it or after I go off live, and what it means in a tarot reading, all right? And probably why you shouldn't be afraid of it as well. It's really not that scary, I promise. Did my live just glitch? That was really weird. Hi, everybody. There's one person in the room. I don't know how long I've been on live now. It looks like I've been on live for about 5 minutes, but no one's been in the room. So I'm going to wait probably another 2 minutes and talk about my topic. All right. If you want a personal reading, I am available for personal readings. My website is Lamarr Townsend Tarot.com. Purchase your reading directly from my website, or you can call me or text me at 703-791-9162. I am available. I'm here for you, and we can probably get your reading done the same day. Okay? Otherwise, I am doing live readings if you catch me while I'm live. So, excuse me. So I see 2 people in the room. Hey, 2 people. Thank you for the like. Make sure you hit the like button. And yeah, I'm gonna wait another minute or so and get into my topic about the death card and why you should not fear the death card in a tarot reading, what it means when you see the death card in a tarot reading, especially a personal reading for you. Hey, Siobhan, didn't get a notification. Yeah, I've been on YouTube for maybe 8 minutes now. I don't know what's up with YouTube. I don't know anymore. I don't care. But I'm glad you're here, Siobhan. How are you? About to talk about the death card and what it means in a tarot reading. Just so happen to see you here. Yeah. I don't know what's up with YouTube, and there's no way to send a notification out that I'm live. So I'm good. You doing well? I'm good. I can't complain. Honestly. Just trying to post content. I actually need to post some stuff to my website, but I just was so behind on everything. Am I the only one that feels that way? It seems like they pick and choose who to notify. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know what I've done to trigger the shade, but I'm just going to keep doing me. All right, so I'm going to get into my topic. I feel like I've been talking for a minute. So, Siobhan, since you're the only one here, I guess I'll talk to you. I want to talk about the death card, Siobhan. Siobhan, what do you feel about the death card when you see it in a tarot reading or in a personal reading? Does the death card scare you? So I have 3 different variations of the death card. I have the regular Rider-Waite version of the death card. I have another, I forgot what this tarot deck's called, of the death card. And then I have the Cosmic Tarot deck La Muerte. So death comes in many forms, you all. Siobhan says change. Change is the death card. I agree. Also, I will say change and an ending of something. So many people who are get their first tarot readings, they get so scared of the death card. They're like, oh my God, who's dying? Am I dying? They think literal death when they see the death card. And it's like, no, it's not literal death. It's nothing you should be worried about or afraid of. The death card is just a symbolism of something, all right? Siobhan says, I used to get scared of it, but I embrace it now. Exactly. So it does, Siobhan is right. It does symbolize change. But with change comes an ending with the death card. That's the only thing about the death card is that it can sometimes symbolize change or an ending. Definitely does symbolize change. So when you see the death card in your tarot reading, don't be afraid, all right? It can often be a good thing. The one you should be afraid of above the death card is most likely the Tower card. And I always say that the Tower card is best to show up in your past placement in a tarot reading than anywhere else if you see the Tower card. Siobhan says that Tower card definitely, exactly. So if you see the Death card, though, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Now there are some instances where you may be doing a love reading and you see the Death card and you're like, ooh, there may be an ending to this relationship soon. But it doesn't necessarily have to be an ending. It can, like Siobhan said, mean change. Maybe a change in the relationship with the Death card too. So I feel like it's also how each reader interprets the cards. But what is all this? Oh, someone just messaged me for a reading. Okay, I'm gonna message them back soon. I don't know if they're watching. I'm gonna message you back soon, girl. All right. Thank you for emailing me or texting me. If you want a reading, it's 703-791-9162. But you can also check out my website, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. But I think I'm gonna be here for a while because I want to talk about this for a while. But the Death card, the Tower card is like the one you should fear above the Death card. But I kind of want to do a tarot lesson as well, like with you all. Siobhan, is there anyone you want to read? Like, do you want a reading on someone? Is there anyone on your mind that you like want to get some tea on before we get into the tarot lesson? Because I really just wanted to talk about the Death card and why you shouldn't fear it. Because it just means change. It just means an ending to something. A lot of times it can be, an ending to something that was negative in the first place. So sometimes you want to see the Death card show up in your tarot reading. Siobhan says my Scorpio X. You know what? I'm open to it. Which out of the 3 Death cards do you choose as your tarot deck? I will actually turn them around so you can just see the backs. Which one do you choose? This one, or this one? Just do the rider. Make sure y'all like the video, whoever's here. It's easier for everyone to understand. That's very true, Shaman. Thank you. Good point. So we're gonna do an impromptu reading on Siobhan's ex. What's going on? Is there anything specific you want to ask about the ex, Siobhan? So we have 3 different decks to choose from for those of you watching, by the way. So if you don't want to use this deck, you can use another one if you want a personal reading or something like that. But I just wanted to show you the differences between the death cards and a tarot deck as well, because they're all different. Please hit the like button as YouTube continues to hate on the notifications. Yes, Siobhan, thank you. He, my baby daddy, we're not speaking. Okay. So what's going on with Siobhan's children's father? What's going on with Siobhan's Scorpio X? What's going on with Siobhan's Scorpio X? I feel like I've cleansed these cards, so they're pretty good. I don't feel like I have to cleanse them. He probably hates my child. Yeah, I haven't talked in 13 years. Wow. That's interesting. Do you co-parent well though with the kids? I get the Ace of Cups in the past position. I don't know why I get the sense that he feels like the victim here in the situation between the two of you. Is that accurate? Does he victimize himself? Siobhan says, I figured since Scorpio is the death card, we might as well. True. Sounds like it, yes. Okay, yeah. I feel like he feels like the victim. Like for some reason his heart was stomped on. His heart was the one that was broken. But I get the Temperance card, so maybe he's not so upset over it, currently, actually. I get the Two of Pentacles. I mean, I feel like he's over it for the most part, but I feel like he does kind of sometimes wonder how you're doing or want to get back in communication with you, to be honest. But with the Two of Wands coming out in the conclusion, I feel like there's something where he's very prideful. Is he a fire sign? He did you dirty. Oh, okay. Is he a fire sign or a water sign? Because I feel like he could be either be fire or water, actually. Or maybe air. Aquarius. But I feel like with him, he's like, as long as I, take care of my kids, like, we're good. That's kind of how he sees it. He's a Scorpio with a Leo moon, so he's fire and water. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. The Hermit. Now that you mentioned he did you dirty, I feel like there's something about him that is embarrassed. There is something about him where he doesn't want to be seen as the bad person, especially to his kids. Siobhan says he should be embarrassed. Does he pay child support? If you don't mind me asking. I only asked because the Ace of Pentacles or the Page of Pentacles came out here. Above the star. We grew up together from the same neighborhood. Everybody knew he did me dirty. No support. Does he take care of the kids, though, financially? Or no? No, nothing. Oh. Okay. That makes sense, actually. He's kind of like you've never asked for support, so he assumes you don't really need it, to be honest. I feel like he does the bare minimum for the kids. Like maybe he buys them Christmas gifts, like the bare minimum, something. Maybe his other kids, he abandoned you. Okay. Wow, really? Yeah, I get that sense. If you're saying he's done nothing, I was picking up on the energy that he's done at least something, even if it's something not memorable. A McDonald's, meal every now and then. I don't know, but I feel, yeah, it's very, yeah, years ago he did. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like if he's just kind of thinking, well, she hasn't asked me for anything, then she must not need me, kind of thing. That sounds like him. Yeah. By Leah Moon, Pride Wounded. Yeah, it sounds like it. I pulled the death card as an outcome for our relationship. Mm. Hey, All Topics YouTuber, how are you? Yeah, the death card, in a relationship reading can be a tough one, you know. But when it comes to actual death in a tarot reading, people often wonder, can you predict death in a tarot reading? Yes, sometimes you can, all right? But there are other cards that relate to health, death, and that type of thing. That not just the death card, all right? So I want to ask for all those in the room, and let me know if this is a little bit too morbid, all right? What other cards do you think, other than the death card, all right? Because I don't like this whole attack on the death card with literal death. What other cards do you all think could be associated with literal death in the tarot deck? I just want to hear your thoughts and see if we're on the same vibe. Siobhan says the Tower, Three of Swords. Okay, yeah, I agree. All Topics says Tower, maybe. I agree. Good points. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out those two cards in this Rider Waite Tarot deck just to show you, but I'm also gonna pull out a few more that I think could also be associated with death, just to show you that death is not just associated with the death tarot card. Okay. All right. So let me just see. I'm gonna pull out the Tower and I'm gonna pull out the Three of Swords, along with a few others that I see. That's the Four of Swords. Okay, I think I'm gonna take that one too. No, I don't think that one. Definitely. Okay, yeah, that one. The Tower. Someone else said the Tower. I agree with that. I'm gonna take that one definitely. We have the Tower right here. And what other cards are associated with death in the tarot deck? Let me see. I'm just going through them all. Actually, there's not that many, to be honest. Looking at them, for me at least. Every reader is different, but could that one be associated with? No, 'cause that's more emotional. It's definitely not death. Not death. No, 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 no. This one I'm kind of back and forth on, to be honest. I'm gonna put that one just in case. I'm gonna take this one just in case because I feel like people get scared when they see that one too. I'm gonna take that one because that one can mean injury. Let's take the death card just because. Okay, so these are all the cards in the tarot deck. Siobhan says maybe Wheel of Fortune if surrounded by others. Ooh, that's interesting. Let's look for the Wheel of Fortune. I didn't think about that one. And you kind of know. So I think, how many cards do I have here? Oh, that's the World card. I'm sorry. I thought that was a little Wheel of Fortune child. Oh, I forgot someone texted me. I have to remember that. So please don't let me forget someone texted me. I know that's asking a lot, but I feel like someone's going to remind me. I'm looking for the Wheel of Fortune. Where's the Wheel of Fortune? Can you oh, I found it. Okay, cool. So these are all of the cards that, for me, are associated with literal death, death, dying of a person. There's one card, two cards, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, cards here, not just the death card. So some cards we've already, talked about here. Siobhan said the Three of Swords. This can definitely be death. This can be a violent death. All right. This can be death of a broken heart, death of a heart disease, because the heart, there's something going through the heart. It can be a death of many forms, but it can also be death associated with the blood, death associated once again with the heart, the cardiovascular system. All right, not the death card, Three of Swords. All right, still associated with death, literal death. Also can be associated with death and ending in change, which is another form of death that we talked about. Right, love that. Okay, so All Topics YouTuber and Siobhan also talked about the Tower card. Also accurate. The Tower card can also show death, literal death. Death in the form of a natural event, natural cause, all right. A fire, all right. Forest fire, something like that. An unexpected event, something unexpected, tragic, plane crash, something like that. Definitely can be the Tower card, all right, here. But can also be another form of death, all right, as well. Change, all right. Unexpected change, all right, as well, specifically with the Tower card. Because often with the Tower card, you're getting thrown out, or something is getting thrown out. Someone's getting thrown out unexpectedly. Siobhan says third party too with the Three of Swords. Also accurate, yes, the Three of Swords can also be third party, three people betraying you or being betrayed, all right? So watch out for that too. Now, this one I don't necessarily see as death, the Eight of Swords, but it can be the brink of death. It can be death caused by something mental. It can be someone with mental issues, something like that. Not necessarily death, but can be on the brink of it, something like that, Can be torture as well. All right, this is a really weird topic that we're talking about, by the way. The Tower is number 16, aka Aaliyah Tupac. Exactly. And it's funny, I was thinking about Aaliyah when I was holding the Tower card. That's when I said plane crash. I think I said plane crash when I talked about this. This is like the Tower card moment, all right? Rest in peace, Aaliyah and Tupac. Here we have the Nine of Swords, which can be premonitions about death, nightmares about death, all right? This can be ghosts, all right, haunting you, all right, that have passed. So this can also be associated with death. You wouldn't think that, would you? But yes, this card could also be associated with death, as well as the death card in tarot. Now, Siobhan said the Wheel of Fortune. Oh yeah, the Nine of Swords, exactly. Siobhan said the Wheel of Fortune, specifically when you have a lot of people around you. Now, I can totally see that. This is like a Michael Jackson situation. Like, this is death for the benefit of other people. All right? This is like a sacrifice, maybe, or something like that, if you believe in that kind of thing. But it's definitely a Michael Jackson, Prince kind of thing, like, conspiracy kind of death. Marilyn Monroe, think, with the Wheel of Fortune. Like, that's the Wheel of Fortune kind of thing. Death for the benefit of other people or for the benefit of something, all right? Now, this I didn't necessarily. Sleepless nights are like death. That's so true, Siobhan. The wheel might not be in your favor. That is very true, Siobhan. Sometimes the Wheel of Fortune, when it goes backwards, that's not going in your favor. But when it goes forwards, it's definitely in your favor. So that is true. When you see the Wheel of Fortune, All Topic says, "Do I believe in the Illuminati?" I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm open-minded. I'm not gonna say I don't believe, to be honest, but I don't know. I don't know much about it. I believe the secret society is sure though. But let's get back into the topic at hand before YouTube acts more shady with us. The Seven of Wands here, or the Seven of Swords, can also not necessarily mean death, but the Seven of Swords is interesting. All right, let's talk about the Seven of Swords here. So the Seven of Swords can mean an injury. All right, maybe you injure yourself, but the Seven of Swords, what else do you think the Seven of Swords means? I'm gonna see if someone gets it. On topics, YouTuber says sneaky. Okay, you're hot. You're hot. Siobhan says seven represents Neptune. Yes. Okay, y'all are really hot. All topics says sneaky behavior. Siobhan says deceit. All topics says stealing. Yes, y'all are like right on point, but you're not saying what exactly I need you to say. Taking some and leaving others. True. Okay, so seven of swords for me can mean black magic. Black magic, someone's done something against you to make you fall, to make you injure yourself, to cause a mishap in your life in some way, shape, or form. You wouldn't think that when you see this card, do you? But it can mean death in that form as well. And it's interesting. Siobhan says that's very seven exactly. You said seven Neptune. I was like, that's like black magic. So did someone say the judgment card or did I just choose this one myself? I think I chose this one myself. So often this can sometimes mean death. A lot of times to me, these people, not always, to me are like angels, like calling out to God, calling someone home to God, especially with the red cross here, can mean death, can mean someone already in the hospital on the brink of death you already kind of prepared for kind of thing with the judgment card. All right. So this can also mean a form of death. That could be a diagnosis. Exactly. It can mean a diagnosis, a hospital-like kind of thing here with the judgment card. Okay. Now the Ten of Swords. I found it interesting. None of you mentioned the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords can also mean death. Kind of like the Three of Swords we were talking about, where it's like betrayal. All right, death by other people. This is death by a lot of people. This is kind of like the Wheel of Fortune with where this can kind of blur the lines of like a conspiracy type of death. All right, this indicates that there's a lot of people involved. All right. All topics YouTuber says just like the video. Thank you. Yes. So this can mean a conspiracy a little bit. All right. But this definitely can mean death by an unfortunate event, falling, something like that. I think this is like more death by something unfortunate than the Three of Swords, but it is also once again death by conspiracy, other people type of thing as well. Lastly, the Devil card. What do you think this is? What type of death this is associated with? All topics YouTuber says about to travel home will log back in soon. Yes. So this can be death by your own devices. Death by suicide, death by alcohol, death by drugs. You could fall off with a 10, aka celebrity scandal, especially if surrounded by the world. Very true. Okay, someone bought a personal reading. Very, very true, Siobhan. This is like death by especially if surrounded by the world. Exactly. That's the Ten of Swords. Death by celebrity scandals, the Ten of Swords. It's also the Wheel of Fortune. All right. This is death by your own devices. This is death by your own hand. All right. Suicide, drugs, alcohol. Um, I don't know why I just saw Paul. What's his name? Paul something. Not Paul McCartney. Paul Walker. There's a little bit of this mixed in with that, along with some other stuff. All right, you can figure that out too. But drag racing was one of his devices, right? So be careful because the devil card is how some people can get you. All right, I'm not trying to scare you, but it is Halloween season. Okay, let's keep it real. So I'm trying to scare you a little bit. But the death card, it's not just the death card. The death card is not the only card that means death, you all. Don't get it twisted. We want to get deep, we can get deep on this channel, okay? Now, how did I forget the devil? Exactly, Siobhan. Exactly. It's not just the death card. So when you see the death card after this video in your next tarot reading, I don't want you to be alarmed. I don't want you to be shocked. I don't want you to hang up the phone. I don't want you to throw the phone and burn it, all right? Take what I've said in this video and understand a little bit more, all right? And hopefully you just understand tarot a little bit more and deeper as well. Let's go back to the basics. Oh gosh, I think I have to go soon. So I have to go in like 10 minutes. I have a client, all right. But this video was really fun and informative, and I'm glad I got to show you guys a little bit of how in depth like my tarot reading skills go, you know? Because I feel like some of you like know that I'm accurate, but it's like some of you like don't. You're like, oh yeah, he's accurate, but like, yeah, he's just like you know, he's just good at tarot. Like no, like you know, like this is like a real like a you know this is a real talent skill. This is a real practice. All right, this is like dedication, years of like doing thousands of tarot readings for people. You know, and I want you guys to understand as well that you know the cards, you know, and stuff like this. So I think I'm gonna do more videos like this where we talk about kind of tarot myths, tarot card myths. I think the next one I'm gonna do is the Tower card, maybe. Siobhan says, "Oh, Jane, oh, you're done. Yeah, I just got done, but you can watch the recap." Siobhan says, "What about Death from a Different Deck?" So this is okay. That's interesting. We didn't. Okay, that's interesting. We didn't think about that. So should we do the Spanish deck? Because the Spanish deck has a lot of mysticism in it. Let's do the Spanish deck. So this is Death in. This is the Death card in my Spanish Cosmic Tarot deck. All right. Which clearly has, you know, symbolism of literal death, a tombstone, skulls. But if you see, there's a clock right there. All right, as well. What other symbolisms are there? There's like a symbolism of a tower back there. So there's like, you know, symbolisms of it not just being literal death. But this definitely can mean literal death. A lot of times for me in this deck though, it means ghost. Like if I see this card in specifically, I will tell you from this deck, I will tell you probably you need to sage your home. All right, you might benefit from a sage, or you have a spirit around you, a ancestor, angel around you, trying to guide you in some way, shape, or form. All right, but it can mean death. This can also mean death of the bones as well. Because look at his bony frame. So Siobhan's, you know, right. Each deck has its own specific meaning as well. That's a good point, Siobhan. I love that. Let's just go through the deck. Now, see, the Ten of Wands in the other deck didn't mean death, but the Ten of Wands in this deck can mean death. Death by overworking yourself, death by falling ill, falling sick, too much pressure on your plate. Could also be death by pressure. Like if someone asked me, like if someone were to ask me, if I did a reading on someone and someone asked me, look, my friend passed, and I want to know what happened. We don't know what specifically happened. And I saw this card, I would be like, they maybe died by pressure or fire or by falling very quickly to an illness in some way, shape, or form. Because do you see Saturn back there? Saturn, by the way, always has rings around it. All right, so that's how you know it's Saturn. Saturn is associated with illness, and also is associated with the bones. So, yes. By the way, I have had a question like that asked to me. That's why I said that. Siobhan says that does look more ghost-like. Yes, exactly. Siobhan says I didn't even see Saturn there. Exactly. You got to pay attention to the cards, honey. All right, so let's look at some more cards before I have to go real quick because I have a client. Yeah, I have a client soon. I'm looking at my other cards and seeing what other cards I could see associated with death. That's not any. I was about to say maybe this could be death by like someone coming after you, but he doesn't have a weapon in his hand, so I don't know. I don't think that's death. Maybe he pays someone to get you. All right, maybe, but here's the tower. So kind of the same thing. Death by fire, unfortunate event, natural disaster. And also, once again, this can be black magic, death by black magic. But this can be death by black magic on a bigger caliber. Like if this came up, this could be definitely celebrity conspiracy or something like that. All right. This definitely is black magic. All right. Period. Whenever this is magic of any form, whenever I see this card come up. So if this card shows up in a death card, there's definitely magic involved on a death spread. For this deck specifically, by the way. This can be a ghost, a spirit, an ancestor. Here's the Three of Swords. Death by three people, death by betrayal. Remember, Siobhan? This can definitely be conspiracy theory, death by handlers, death by CEOs, bosses, people wanting you out of the game. All right. This can be psychological torture. Someone's torturing you in some way, shape, or form. Kind of like MK Ultra. Have y'all heard of that? Or like can be black magic. This can definitely be death by torture as well. This can more so be like a death by like a death of your character, like a death of your image. Like remember how Michael Jackson had that whole thing with the like children, I don't want to bring it up because I love Michael, but this is definitely that type of moment. All right. Here's the devil card. In this deck, though, this can be death by an invasion, burglary, something like that. Why are we talking about this? This is so... I love this YouTube channel. This can be a ghost haunting you. Something from the past haunting you. Those are basically all the cards. Siobhan says, looks like the Matrix on that Three of Swords card. Yes. Marge Richard says, wow, Lamarr, what deck is this? I think this is called the Cosmic Tarot deck. I got this about a year ago. It's one of my favorites. I love this deck. I love all these decks, really. This one's my favorite out of all three, I would have to say. Siobhan says that devil is more accurate. Looks like Lucifer, him playing music. Exactly. All right, love y'all. I have to go. I have a client. I wish I could say more and talk about tarot cards and stuff like that. But I do have a client. So if you want a personal reading from me, check out my website, lamarrtownsendtarot.com. Purchase your reading directly from my website, and we'll get your reading done the same day, like this person, or 1 to 3 days or sooner. Also, you can call me or text me at 703. Excuse me, I knew it was coming. 703-791-9162. And we'll get your reading done as soon as possible. Literally, I had a client schedule a reading on my phone. By the way, if you're wondering what this is Jezebel Roots. This is good for people who work for tips, like and things like that. It also is good for protection. But literally, I had a client schedule a reading on this live. It's that easy. So get your reading, subscribe, comment, share. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video, and love y'all. Let me know what you want me to do in the next live. All right, in the comment section below. Hey, Charisma. This was great. Yes, Marge. Siobhan says, thank you for the impromptu tarot class. Text your client back. Yeah, I gotta go, y'all. Love y'all. Bye.